Okay, I think we're live. So, hi guys, let's see you at another monkey report. Unfortunately, I'm still being pounded by allergy, so no interesting thoughts will be discussed here. Just a video for the sake of maintaining the commitment for my weekly reviews, kinda. And today, as you may already see, I'll try a new format because I think that my table is finally ready to be shown. So, yeah. First of all, I've introduced a new column called total. You can see it here. Um, the idea of consistently making 30 minutes of effort daily was ingrained into the system from the beginning, but it was like implicit. So this week I made it explicit and also applied color coding. I think it should help to see your results more visually because, as you may know, or maybe not, but basically people receive 80% of all information visually. So I decided to apply color coding also as this practice of coding the habits with color and my efforts with color proven to be very visually appealing and self-explanatory. So yeah. Now let's move to the comment section. Um, Unfortunately, they are in Russian, but I'll communicate the essence anyway. So I've started the week with another attempt to become a Linux power user, but unfortunately, after a couple of days of trying to set up my own VPN, I've surrendered once again. You can see my attempts here. Recorded 5 hours of commitment work, but it was more than that. I also waited for the programs to install, for the software to like update and such. So sadly for me, this Linux enthusiasm became another form of procrastination. So I just could wait while all the programs needed for work are being installed. That's what I'm basically talking about. I've spent 5 hours of productive work just sitting there and watching how the like just basically copying and pasting the VPN configs from different GitHub repositories. And unfortunately, this is the only way I could set up my own VPN because I didn't have time and mental energy to really understand how it's working. I mean, I do understand how it works. So the VPN and all this proxy stuff, but unfortunately, the config my internet didn't work. So yeah, even with understanding, I still lack the skills to debug the kind of this architecture. I kind of don't know where to look, what commands to use, even considering the fact that rather I'm rather let's say normal plus plus user of Linux. So yeah, even with that, it's just a form of procrastination. Maybe I should start it earlier. I think this Linux journey, or like maybe when I was at school, or etc. Or maybe it's just my lack of time for figuring out how things work there. But unfortunately, I don't know what's happened after 3 days of trying to understand the problem. I've uninstalled the Linux and returned back to Windows once again. Another interesting thing is that I struck 1990 words per minute in MonkeType. So yeah, sure it was a bit lucky setup, but anyway nice to see your slow progress. And additionally, this whole MonkeType typing thing gives me a reference of long obtained hard skill, which is also very important because there are a lot of these hard skills that you have to consistently do without any seemingly progress, but then you suddenly set up a new PR. So yeah, a very nice thing to reference to. Now let's move to the habits part. And luckily for me, here's nothing to talk about. All habits were done. I'm talking about this brush teeth twice habit and this my basically exercise habit. So was done. Today I've only managed to do one teeth brushing because it's only 5 p.m. So I just waiting till I go to bed. Now to the interesting part, my efforts. As you may already see, my C# efforts died immediately after I've introduced Thesis effort into the mix. So the moment I've started to invest in C#, it died. Maybe it died a little bit earlier. So we can see here that was the day when I solved a BFS problem, but after it, one day was a red one. I don't remember why. There's no comments here. Just a bad day, and then the streak basically was lost. An interesting implication of this death is that it seems like on the current level of development, it is impossible basically to sustain a couple of parallel efforts. So that's why in my next leap, that is only 3 weeks ahead, by the way, I will move to the focus point system where I essentially will introduce only one effort to maintain, and I'll try to stick to it on a daily basis. So as you may see here, I have 2 efforts basically competing for my attention and time. So only one of them could be maintained at once. Maybe I'll move my C# effort to the practices section. Maybe I'll rename it. But basically, this effort thing, basically, this will be my effort. So, effort to get 30 minutes of deliberate work. Maybe I'll rename this section, by the way. A nice idea. That's my effort, the only effort. And then there will be some practices that I want to focus just to mix things as my personality type kind of suggest. And it's not just because of the personality type, it's because I like to change something for the sake of changing. So yeah, I'll a little bit change this table, but basically I think it will remain the structure will remain the same. Essentially, I have nothing to say anymore. So I have a couple of interesting ideas developing in my Obsidian, but as I've discussed in my previous effort, in my previous report, I made separate videos for them. So yeah, just want to try to investigate how to make good videos and how to market them properly. Basically, how to make a right previews, communicate right message on the right language. So yeah, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. See you in the next report, and bye bye.